Reflections on the Rocky Mountains. I left sea level from California. I think it was a Friday morning or something like that, maybe a Thursday night. And I arrived an hour or so later at Denver Airport, and I was picked up and I went to Boulder, Colorado. Been there before. It's the only place in America I've been before. And I went to where I was staying. Now, about 10, 12 years ago, I had a lucky break in the media. And I got quite a bit of coverage very briefly around 2001. And a couple of people picked up on me from Boulder, Colorado, a couple of sisters, Anna and Ada. And they're both wonderful human beings, and I've worked with them a lot over the years. Anna particularly is one of the founding members of a group called whisperingtree.org. Go and have a look at their website. The stuff that they're doing subtly, non-invasively, quietly, almost underneath the radar, particularly about bringing alternative and holistic therapies into the treating of wounded military veterans. I've never seen anything else like it anywhere in the world. And they were perfect hosts, them and their whole family. And I met a lot of people who I've met before, and I met a lot of new people as well. Without naming names, I'd particularly like to thank the gentleman, and I do mean gentleman, who gave me the use of his office. I learnt a lot from him, particularly around sacred geometry, in a very short space of time. Big thanks to the person I stayed with. She knows who she is. And thank you for introducing me to the cultural phenomenon that is Dexter. I was completely unaware of what Dexter was before I went to Colorado, and then I watched the entire first series in about 5 days, and that's enough now for a couple of years. To those of you that have seen Dexter, you know what I mean, and to those of you that haven't, be careful. And I went up and up and up. I went on a day out, and we went up and up and up, and this is a week after the floods, week and a half after the floods. Most of the roads up into the high Rockies were closed, so we had to take the long detour from Boulder through Nederland up into Estes Park. And the roads sort of snake round the mountains, so you can look down into the deep valleys and you can see the old, I think it's Ute, pack trails, the old Indian trails around the mountains very clearly. These are high mountains. As we got higher and higher, we passed 10,000 and then we hit basically 11,000 feet as we arrived at Estes Park. My chest was hurting. And we went to I forget the name of the hotel. Damn, it's a famous hotel in Estes Park. Well haunted. Been there 100 years or so. Lots of it's the hotel from The Shining. I forget the name of it. Really stupid, but hey. And we did the ghost tour. And I was listening to all the stories and I was thinking, yeah, okay, there's something around here, but not buying into this hype and spin. There's something though, I don't know what it is. And then the very last thing, we went down to the roots of the hotel. And when they built the hotel, they didn't drive the foundations into the rock. No. What they did is they hollowed out big sections of the rock, leaving granite pillars about 5 foot thick and 7 foot high standing, which the hotel was then built on. So the roots of the building are granite pillars with lots of veins of quartz running through them. And as soon as I thought that, I thought, right, geomagnetic energy, of course people are going to be picking up on much more psychic and intuitive things wherever there's concentrated quartz. Makes sense to me. And then we came back down and we passed through what I saw as absolute devastation. When you see thousands and thousands of trees, including many hundreds of old oak trees, 60-year-old oak trees just snapped in half. When you can imagine a wall of water some 10 to 15 foot high coming through a forest and just driving like a motorway through that forest, snapping every tree in half. When you see thousands of trees just snapped and roads just washed away, where entire villages were airlifted out by helicopter, freak storms. You're aware of how strong nature is. It had quite a profound impact on me, but I hit it at just the right time. The leaves were turning. It was just before the first cold. I love Boulder, Colorado. There's something of a free about it. You know, you can see the settlers would have come across all the way across the plains, then looked at the Rockies and said, right, we'll stop at the bottom. And that's where Boulder is. It's one of the more sophisticated places in America. There's an element of pseudo-sophistication about it, but it's also, believe it or not, very, very grounded. Remember, just down the road, you've got Red Rocks, you've got the Flatirons. We went up to the, I think it's the NICA, the Aeronautic Research Institute, to get an overview. Boulder, Colorado. It's got to be one of the best places in America. Thank you, Boulder. I'll see you again soon.